Back in July of last year, I was asked to perform at the Taste, which I agreed. And so I said, well, in my contract, I stated that if you all fail to contact me, you should pay me $8,000.
First off, don't roll up in here using that legal mumbo-jumbo talking about should. Let me break something down for you about legal talk. In a legit contract, there's no should involved. Period. Contracts say will, must, shall. Real, deal words. But should? Nah, that's flimsy. That won't stand up in anything serious. So, yeah, miss me with all that. Now, before we dive in, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, share this video, and drop your thoughts in the comments. We're getting into the Thornton Township meeting that went down on March 25th. A woman pulled up to that meeting, came in fired up and ready with smoke for the trustees. Out of nowhere, now she want to start popping up. Fast forward to tonight. Yep, another township meeting. And guess what? Sis came back, still on that same energy. But y'all know me?
My name is Catherine Granberry. I am a township employee for 12 years. Back in July of last year, I was asked to perform at the Taste, which I agreed. Angela asked me to submit a contract / proposal. I did the same day. Okay. This was like maybe a month and a half before the actual Taste. So she said she needed to bring it to the board to get approved and everything. So meanwhile, in passing in the hall, Angie, I asked her that anybody that they approved. So she said nothing happened. So okay. So we were really excited, me and my band, Lady and the Gents. We're excited about performing on the same stage as Kiki Wyatt.
I clocked the inconsistency. Baby, I don't miss a thing. I ran back the tape from March 25th, compared it to what she's saying now, and let me just say, it ain't adding up. The contradiction is loud, and I'm about to lay it all out. Let's get into
They approved, so she said nothing happened, so okay. So we were really excited, me and my band, Lady and the Gents. We're excited about performing on the same stage as Kiki Wyatt.
it. Because who? This one? It's messy. Now see, that's kinda strange, right? Didn't she just claim she wasn't sure if anyone had been cleared to perform? But then, not even a breath later, she drops an asterisk. While we're waiting to hear if it's approved, me and my band were super excited to perform with Key White. That's a major reason we're even here tonight. Asterisk. So which one is it? Because that's a pretty big contradiction.
Okay, that same day someone asked me to perform at another event. I turned it down because everybody was excited to be on the same stage.
If you ask me. Yeah, she was hyped to perform alongside Kiki Wyatt. And let's be real, Kiki isn't just any singer. She's a powerhouse. She's made her mark. And the talent? Undeniable. So naturally, this woman wanted in on anything that had Kiki's name attached. I mean, just being part of the same lineup or event? That's huge for her. She was out here like, asterisk. Wow, I can't believe I might actually get to do this. Kiki's incredible. Asterisk. That's the vibe she was giving. And look, there's a reason I'm drilling this point home. Because trust me, there's more going on here. And the puzzle pieces? They're not fitting right. So here's what she's claiming. On that same mystery day, whichever day she's referring to, she says someone offered her a second gig. But she turned it down, apparently, because she thought she'd be performing at this event. And now she's trying to pin that on them. Like it's their fault she missed out. But let's be crystal clear. Asterisk, nobody. Asterisk told her, you're confirmed. Or, you can't take other offers. There's no contract, no signed agreement. Nothing saying she was officially locked in. So if she passed up another opportunity, that's on her. That's a her decision problem. And honestly, you can feel the lie. It's a vibe. It's giving, let me say something that makes me sound more important. But stay with me, because what's coming next? Whew, it's telling. So, some time passes. Uh-huh. Concert comes and goes. She says, I gave up my day. You gave up your day. Sis, you said you didn't even know what day the concert was. So how exactly do you give up a day you didn't even have? Make that make sense. And when she finally found out the concert already happened, she was shocked. Like, asterisk. What? Nobody reached out to me. Asterisk. That's when she decided it was an issue. But, come on now. She only realized the date had passed because someone else brought it up. Again, how do you cancel another gig for an event you supposedly didn't even know the date of? You didn't know when it was happening, but somehow you were turning down other offers. That logic is leaking. And baby, that's not where it stops. She said, we gave up our day, didn't perform. Then when the money started circulating, I was at the front desk, and Robin says, hey Trish, we've got a check for you from your case. And I'm like, case? Sis? When was someone supposed to let you know you were actually on the lineup? The show already passed. She didn't even notice. But remember, she started all this. Claimed she had another gig lined up, but turned it down for this one. Except, she didn't know when this one was. No date, no confirmation, no booking. So how are you out here sacrificing for something that's not even on your calendar? But, oh, it gets better. Because now it's Monday. And she's saying, in my contract, I wrote that if y'all don't contact me, you should pay me $8,000. Should? Oh no. There you go again with that legal fluff. Let me break it down for the folks in the back. In a legit contract, there's no should. Real contracts say will, must, or shall. Maybe even better, as in, you better do this or else. But should? That's a suggestion. Not legally binding, not enforceable. That's just fluff. And now she's out here quoting herself. Hey, Trish, we've got a check if you win your case. Then she hits us again with, when was someone going to tell me I was booked? Ma'am, you didn't even know the date. And then comes the kicker, same Monday. She says, well, my contract said, if y'all didn't reach out, you should pay me $1,000. Should, again. That's not how contracts work. Let me put it this way. Imagine applying for a job and writing on the application, if you don't call me back, you owe me $1,000. Like, what? By that logic, I could have made a whole career just demanding cash from jobs that ghosted me. Lady, this is what you sound like. You literally said should. And that's where we stop. If you're gonna lie, at least lie better. But no, we're not even at the core yet. Now she's talking law, claiming she's been performing for the township for years. And all of this, it's because she didn't get some other random gig. That's what this is really about. But she's yelling at all the wrong people. She can't get Tiffany's address, even though everything else is public record. And let me guess, she knows Tiffany's not giving her anything. So now she's trying to bully someone else into handing it over. That's not gonna work. See, me and my band? We waited too. Same as her. But we're not out here making noise. We get what the township is dealing with. We're not here to cause chaos. But she said, and I quote, I knew I had no business making a deal with a deal. So, you knew? and still showed up trying to finesse something out of all this mess? You picked this exact moment, all this confusion, hoping it'd be the perfect time to stir the pot. But even you admitted you're not getting anything, and you still said, if they don't contact me, they should pay me $1,000. A suggestion, not a demand, not enforceable. You can't base a whole case on a maybe and expect folks to take you seriously. But oh, she wasn't done. She said, before the next administration steps in, I want y'all to honor my contract. Ma'am, no one even sent you anything. She probably already spoke to a lawyer, and I'm betting that lawyer told her, yeah, sis, they don't owe you a dime. Take a seat. But here she is, back again. This meeting happened tonight, April 22nd. She pulled up last month, and now she's back. Same energy. Anyway, y'all know what's up. I'm not sending any more emails. I'm standing on business. Now, my time, my money, and my grandbabies. I don't play about those. Y'all been playing in my face for 7 months. 7 months? But it's not because they don't know who you are. Nah, this is some Tiffany-type mess. I've been asking for clarity. I've been calm, patient, respectful, trying to understand what's really going on around here. And Trina, she's over there playing hype woman, the type to storm through, knock everything down, and then be like, I don't want no trouble. Girl, you are the trouble. You should have said that before flipping the room like a demolition crew. And let's be honest, how is it y'all paid that other performer a whole month before the event? Asterisk, asterisk, thousands, asterisk, asterisk of dollars. And she didn't even give y'all $200 worth of effort. Let's not ignore that. Meanwhile, I turned down another paying gig just to be a part of this. Me and my crew, we were pumped. We wanted to share the stage with Kiki Wyatt, a whole star, a celebrity. We felt honored. And now, I didn't perform. I didn't get paid. And I'm left begging y'all for my check. And let's not forget, Kiki Wyatt, a Grammy-nominated vocalist, performed in the rain. For basically nobody. Like 7 people. She gave a BET Awards-level show in front of an empty lawn. She got paid up front. That was beneath her. And honestly, the whole thing was embarrassing. The least y'all could have done? Make sure everyone was compensated ahead of time. Instead, y'all handed out checks to some low-tier, no-class performer who suddenly became everything. And she didn't even perform. But she wants her money like she was on stage, wig-drenched, setting up speakers, hauling equipment, and breaking it down after. But asterisk, asterisk, she didn't even show up, asterisk, asterisk. She missed the entire thing. Allegedly didn't even know what went down. Which is wild, because didn't she say she turned down another gig to be here? That would mean she knew the date. So how is she clueless now? Look, this woman needs $1,000 bad. That's what this really is. Honestly, if everyone here chipped in $120, maybe $140 each, we could pay her off and be done with it. Want peace? Pass a hat around. Let her go hassle someone else. Because she's all over the place, she doesn't even know who she wants. To be from one day to the next. Keeps shouting, honor my contract. But even she said, asterisk, you should give me $1,000 if you don't contact me. Asterisk. That's a suggestion, y'all. And somehow, that's flying over heads. So now she's calling people dumb, hoping someone throws her a check just to shut her up. But baby, this ain't a lawsuit. It's a hustle. This township? They're already over it. You think they're about to cut a check off a should? That's a hard sell, lady. A real hard sell. She stood there demanding answers like, I want to know today what y'all are going to do. And the answer? Absolutely nothing. Nobody's giving you anything, because what you said was should. And that whole situation, that was a deal you made with Tiffany. You need her address? I'll send it over so you can take all that noise to her, and that's just facts. But whatever you do, don't drag Trina into this. Because if there's one thing Trina excels at, it's hyping the wrong mess. You come with the wrong energy, and Trina's your echo. She'll be in the back like, yeah, girl, knock that cow over, while you're getting cuffed. Trina will have you fighting security while she's over there like, you good sis, stand on it, from behind the glass. So when y'all go into y'all's little behind-closed-doors meeting, bring this up, because I'm tired. My time isn't free, and clearly, neither is respect around here. I don't want to sue, but let's be real. I can't sue, and y'all know it, just like I know it. Because according to your own words, if they don't reach out to you, they should give you $1,000. Should. It's a good thing they're not you, because no actual attorney is reading that and saying, yes, Queen, airtight, case. That's like writing in a contract. If you don't call me, you should hand me your firstborn. Girl, that's laughable. Until one day you roll up like, hey, we had an agreement. Now give me your kid. That's what should get you. Nothing. Maybe side-eyed, maybe cuffed, depending on what else you scribbled in that bootleg contract. But go ahead. Sue if you have to. Stand on business. Just know, this ain't how business works. You claimed. The township asked for your contract? Be real. Nobody asked you for a thing. Let's not pretend the entire council was just waiting on your paperwork like it's a Marvel script. They probably still don't know your name. I mean that. Trina hyping you up like you're about to walk into the BET Awards, talking about, they didn't contact me. Let's slow that down. You said they failed to reach out, to have you perform. But what really happened? They just didn't choose you. Know how I know? Because you didn't perform. Even from way over here with my bad eyesight, I could tell you weren't on that stage. So clearly, they passed. And that's what's really eating at you. Not the check, the rejection. They didn't want you. They were like, nah, we already dropped $30K on Kiki Wyatt. What do we need her for? Attitude and all. And let's talk about that flip you did. 1 minute you were fangirling over Kiki like she was your inspiration. Next minute, you throwing shade like it's a sport. You were on the verge of tears just thinking about being on the same stage, and now she's a problem? Girl, be for real. That's diva energy. It's leaking off you. Now, let's run it back to the contract. You claimed it said, if you cancel me out, you owe me $1,000. But then you said, I feel like y'all canceled me. Asterisk, feelings, asterisk. You can't sue off a vibe. That's not how contracts work. That's not even how regular logic works. You want to stand on business, but what you're standing on is wobbly. It's made of dreams and dollar store assumptions. Nobody failed to contact you. They decided not to. That was a choice. And the choice was no. And I know that stings. You turned something else down, right? Thinking you were locked in. And now you're acting like you turned down multiple gigs. So let me get this straight. You had one maybe, and suddenly you just stopped working altogether? Didn't hit the store, didn't visit family, didn't chase backup money? Just waited by the window like it was prom night and they ghosted you? Nah, that doesn't sound like business. That sounds like someone trying to build a paper trail for a case that's never landing in court. You keep saying you included a clause where they had to contact you. But what you really said was, if you don't contact me, you should pay me. That's weak. That ain't legalese. That's legally, please stop. That's good luck arguing this in court type of nonsense. So what if 4 other folks were up for the same slot and didn't get picked? They each get 1K too? Just for not being chosen? That's like not getting invited to prom and invoicing the whole senior class. It doesn't make sense. And listen, I get that your feelings are hurt, your emotions are real, but your logic? Whew. That thing is robbing sense like it's a stick-up. You're demanding payment for something you might have done if they had said yes, but they didn't. And now you're mad they didn't email the rejection with enough emojis. Girl, be serious. And asterisk. Everyone hears you. Asterisk. You know that, right? You keep repeating that someone asked for your contract. Ooh, nobody did. You handed that over like you were submitting a college essay, and they gave you a quiet, thanks, but no thanks. Now you're threatening lawsuits like this is an episode of Judge Mathis. That's not business. That's asterisk. Delusion. Asterisk. And Trina over there gassing you up like you're getting your check today. Yes, girl, stand on it. Trina, please, go sit down somewhere. You said, when y'all have your little closed-door meeting, remember me. Oh, they'll remember. They'll remember not to book you ever again. And you said, I'm not leaving until I get an answer today. Spoiler alert, you're leaving empty-handed. No answer, no check, just ignored. And while I'm no fan of fake professionalism, what I hate even more is bold-faced lying and loud guilt-tripping all wrapped up in desperation. This whole thing got Tiffany 2.0 written all over it. She just left. And now you're here, trying to squeeze every drop you can from folks who already said no. Anyway, I thought this was interesting enough to finally talk about. Saw her pop up again, and it reminded me I wanted to make this video last time she pulled her stunt. But now,